Hello everyone and welcome to Canteen Cup. My name is Scott and a nice cloudy overcast day. What you're looking at is about 35-36 feet of a poplar tree that I cut up, and it's going to be this winter's firewood once it dries out and I cut it up more and split it. That was my big project today. It's a little different than the pines. It's a lot heavier, it's a lot thicker, the diameter of the tree, and the stump was a lot bigger. I think I showed you in the past video how tall that stump was, and so I had to push and shove and beg and pray and everything else, and I finally got it moved. I'll show you where it was and now where it is. So this is where it was, and then I had it, as you can see, you can't, well, you probably can't see, but it was down in the dip, and so it took a lot of pushing and shoving with my tractor. But I was finally able to get it. You can probably see the trail it left. I finally got to a point where I can push it over to the other side of my property. And what's important about that is mostly what's left on this side is slash, which will be cut up and burned or chipped. Some logs, but not a whole lot. Whereas over here on this side, I still have a bunch of pine trees that are uncut that I can now pull out and cut up and stack. When I get done with that, then of course, as I talked about, I'll go back here and work on those. So that was an all-day affair. I'm tired, I'm dirty, as you can tell. I figured I'd just shoot a quick video while I pick up some of my stuff. One thing I am appreciative of is I bought a bigger chainsaw when I took on this project, and I use it. I use it. That poplar was about 24 inches at the base, and my bigger chainsaw, it's about 65 cc's, just chewed right through it. So now I'm just getting things put up, put away. I wanted to talk to you about some lessons learned and some other things. A lesson I learned yesterday was I did not store enough chainsaw. Come on, you. Now get that knife. Whoop. I did not store enough chainsaw bar oil, and I'm down to less than a quart, and I'm going through it quite a bit. And so we called, we called the local chainsaw dealer, the guy where I bought my chainsaw from, and asked them if we can buy it over the phone, and they can put it in the back of our car. And they said, well, yeah, what we'll do is you buy it over the phone with your credit card, and then we'll put it on a table outside. So all we have to do is swing by and pick it up. We also do that with our local hardware store. And we do that, of course, with our food, except our food people deliver it to the house. So, out by me it's not that bad. I think, you know, I don't think anybody's really getting sick out by me. That doesn't mean there isn't cases in our county. There is. But I think that's, they're all pretty much wrapped around the bigger cities and the hospital. So I don't worry about that too much. But, you know, we're all practicing because this may be a dress rehearsal for something bigger. You know, there's already talk about a second wave of the virus in the fall, which means we could be doing this all over again. So don't, you know, don't breathe a sigh of relief when we get over this hump, because we may get a little reprieve and be right back in it again. You know, one of the things we're doing, like I said, is we are learning on what we can do and what we can't do. And then we are making a lessons learned list of things I should do next time. Like from here on out, I'm going to stock more chainsaw bar oil. I'm going to have more diesel for my tractor. And I'll be ready for the next time. So when the summer comes, don't stop. You know, stockpile. And I'm going to say, Pastor Joe Fox on Viking Preparedness put it succinctly. He says there's a difference between hoarding and stockpiling. And stockpiling is putting things aside like we used to do for harder times, versus hoarding, which is putting something aside to sell later at a higher price for a greater profit. And so I'm not advocating anybody hoard, but I do say take care of your family. Make sure you have enough food. Make sure you have enough water. Make sure you can keep yourself clean. You know, put that stuff up. We could be seeing this yet again in the fall. And if it doesn't happen in the fall, no big deal. You'll be prepared for the next time. Any perishable foods that you stockpile, just go ahead and use them up. But don't let your guard down. This may not be over. And just because we get through this virus doesn't mean there's not going to be another virus even worse, and we may be under worse conditions. So everybody take care of yourselves. You know, you are responsible for yourself, and the sooner you realize that, the better off you're going to be. You know, here at the ranch, you know, we are moving, trying to get all our big trees cut and stacked. And then once we get that, then where I'm standing now, which is kind of in the center of my newly cleared field, we can start cultivating this, amending it, and getting it ready for at least a cover crop and then a future garden. We don't want to do it right now because as I'm pulling trees out, I'm dragging them all across the center here and I'm stacking them up by the house. But once that part gets done, then whatever slash is left on the sides back there, we can leave a little place, like say from where that tree, I think that's a maple there with the pink tape on it. From there back to the slash, we can leave that uncultivated and use that as a work area while we're finishing up cutting the slash, taking care of the stumps and whatever, and do the same thing on this side over here. You know, leave a workspace where I can continue to clear the slash and get it ready. And then once that's cleared, we can then go ahead and cultivate that and then turn that into garden or whatever. So hopefully I've got a couple more weeks probably of pulling these trees out and cutting them up, and then I can come through and cultivate this and start getting it ready. So that's all I got, just a little quickie. So everybody stay safe and stay secure, and we'll see you out there.